What's up, metalheads? My name's Jamie. This is the Blades and EDC channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. And in this video, I am going to be disassembling the Peña Bravo and taking the scales off and sanding them a little bit and then dyeing them black with black leather dye. These are micarta scales, so the leather dye will work much better than a RIT dye will on them. Also work better if you scuff them up a little bit before you dye them. And I'm going to show you that process, little clips of all of it, and show you the finished product at the end. So hope you guys stick around and watch it all. Let's take this thing apart. All right, except we got T8 in the big one here, so I'm sure that's a T8. Uh-oh, that's right. I remember this has a this does not have a captive pivot. I saw somebody try to take one of these apart on YouTube. I think we just push on the blade, put a little pressure on the blade. It'll lock the pivot down for us so we can get the screw out, maybe. Yep, there it comes. So I'm just pushing against the blade to put a little pressure on the pivot so it won't sit there and free spin on us. Alright, so there's our pivot screw, which is steel, by the way. It's not titanium. That surprises me. Our little copper pivot collar. Let's close this up now. T8's on the pocket clip too. Yes, that's awesome. All T8 construction. That is greatly appreciated. All right. This is actually Craig's Peña Bravo that I'm doing this to. Okay, put the pocket clip over there. One scale off, and unfortunately we have to fully disassemble to get that other scale off. Be nice if you didn't have to do that, right? So it looks like we got some T6 screws underneath here holding it together. We'll throw a T6 in the little guy here. There's a washer. And the screws. Yeah, they're all steel screws, all steel hardware. That one's kind of stuck in there for some reason. There we go. Stop pin. Got a little pin here coming through the copper backspacer that interesting. Got some bearings and washers. Another pivot collar. We'll leave that one on there in case they're different. I don't think there's any difference between them though, but just in case, keep our life simple. Alright, looks like just one more screw here. We should be able to have both the scales off. That one's tight. Got the same size as that other one was. Actually, that's the only one like that. So that'd be easy. Bam. So we don't even need to take that apart. There we go. These have already darkened quite a bit. Craig wants them to go jet black. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have to stop recording, but I'll bring you guys right back here in a minute. Clean this stuff out of the way and get what I need to clean these, sand them, and dye them. So see you guys in just a sec. Alright guys, I am back and let's turn this mat so it covers. There we go. I've got a paper plate here. I've got my sandpaper, 180 grit sandpaper. Should be plenty. Got a couple Q-tips, rubbing alcohol, the leather dye in black that I store in a baggie. This is some nasty stuff. It's not nasty. It's it's a dye, and it works very well. It does exactly what you think it will do. So get it on you. You're going to have it on you for a couple days anyway. It'll eventually come off. But right now, I'm getting some rubbing alcohol. Before I sand these, I still want to try to go get as much oils off of them as I can. And so they'll take the dye better. I'm still going to sand them even after I'm done with this. But yeah, they're not lightening up too much, but you can see they lightened up a little bit just from cleaning them. Because you see how light they used to be, right? Where they got all the oils from holding it. Oops. And I'm not worried about the underside at all. I'm just worried about the part you see. All right. Should be good enough to go ahead and sand now. And we're not doing crazy sanding here. Not going nuts on it. Just roughing it up. You can see how much lighter it's getting from that. I don't know how well the light's going to show it, but move this light over this way a little bit. Probably bumping the mic. Sorry about that. Move the camera over here. We'll do it some more. This is just breaking up the fibers, loosening the fibers up so the dye will go down in there real good. And just along the edges. You can see the spots where you haven't really got it yet. It stays darker. And I'm not putting any pressure here. I'm just lightly rubbing the sandpaper across this micarta, okay? I'm not doing it hard at all. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to be very careful with this stuff. I'm not wearing gloves because I'm not a smart person, as you're probably fully aware. It'll be all right, though. I'm going to use a Q-tip. I shook this up already, just so you know. I shook the bottle up. And I'm just going to take this Q-tip. Let me get this over where you can see it. And just go over the micarta with it. I mean, you don't have to use too much of this stuff, so. We'll let that sit until it dries. And I'll bring you guys back. When this dries, it will have like a powdery residue feel to it, so you'll have to rinse it underwater. Sometimes after you rinse it underwater, you'll see that it's not as dark as you want it to be. So you will do it again. You don't have to sand it again, though. You just have to put another coat of the dye on it. And you can do this with most colors, right? Obviously, this was already black micarta, but, you know, it's not really black, not real dark. But, you know, even by sanding it the way I did it, you could put like a maroon on this or a blue, and it would just be a dark blue or dark maroon. Make sure I got this edge up here real good. All right, that one's done. Do the other one. You can see that micarta soaking it up. And generally I've had to do 2 coats. With everything I've done this to, I've had to do 2 coats. Unless you get like a very light micarta, like a natural micarta that's light colored, and maybe then you can get away with 1 coat with like a purple or a blue or something. But we'll see how well this takes the color when it dries, and I'll bring you guys back then. So it'll probably be, actually it's getting late here where I'm at, so it'll probably be tomorrow, but it'll be instant for you guys. So I will see you guys momentarily. What's up, everybody? I am back. It is the next day, and these dried. When I got up this morning, they were already dry. I rinsed them off with water, and went to work and let the water dry. Now I'm back from work, and they are pretty black, but I'm just going to go ahead and put another coating on them. It's not going to hurt them, so just get them as black as we can get them. That's what Craig wants. He wants them jet black, he said, as black as he can possibly get them. So I'm just going to put another coat on these and let them dry, rinse them again, and then next time I bring you guys back, we'll be reassembling the knife. So very easy to do this. The key to this that I found is you got to lightly sand them first to open up the pores, or the micarta will not take the dye very well. And there's some micarta that just won't take the dye even when you do that. It just will not stay that color. But this is a Reassembly knife, this Peña Bravo. So it's really good quality micarta. So I'm not concerned with this not keeping the dye. I'm sure it's going to hold it very well. You can just see it soaking it up almost instantly. All right. Oh, got it on me. I've got it on me anyway. I don't care. I've had worse on me. Going to be doing a video soon doing some acid etching on a blade. I'll show you guys how to do that. Something else you need for that is Q-tips, or you need Q-tips to do that also. I'll show you why in the video. Don't know why the Q-tips help, but they help. Actually, you don't have to have Q-tips. There's other things you could use to do what I'm talking about, but there we go. Those are good and saturated. So I'm going to let those dry, and then I will rinse them with water again, and then let that dry. I'm not going to bring you back for that, but next time I bring you back, we'll be reassembling the knife. All right, guys. See you. It'll probably be tomorrow for me, but it'll be instant for you once again. All right, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. It is time to reassemble the Peña Bravo. But first, got to do a little maintenance here. Clean this guy up. Clean up around that pivot. That is very dirty. Very, very dirty. This has been a 3-day long process for me. Obviously, it didn't take 3 days. It was more of a, putting dye on, letting it dry, rinsing, letting it dry, putting dye on, letting it dry, rinsing, letting it dry. So, and honestly, I thought about it. I was like, man, I should have just sat them outside in the sun on that plate, and they would have dried a lot quicker, because it's been pretty warm here in North Carolina, like 80-something degrees. So I've had the AC on. So, yeah, I should have just sat them outside, and they probably would have dried in like 5 minutes. That's all right, though. Bet you're wanting to see them, weren't you? Here they are. Let's go ahead and show them to you. I don't know how well they are black. Murdered out. Well, it's not a murdered out knife, but these scales are now murdered out. No residue left. Nothing comes off. As you can see, a little bit of it got underneath. I'm not worried about the inside. It doesn't really matter. All right, so can I remember how to put it back together? That's the one thing about doing stuff like this. It takes you 3 days to do it, and you're like, man, I took this thing apart 3 days ago. Can I remember how to put it back together? Okay, so let's see here. So we can go ahead and put that screw in, I think. Those are the pocket clip screws. That's pivot screw. That's the inside screw, so it's got to be that screw. Yep, that's right. I love this mat Blade Ops gave me when I bought a couple knives from them. But the grooves are so deep, these little screws, they fall down in there. Barely grab them. I think that's going to go there. Pretty sure. Pocket clip holds that end on the other side. Do we have screws through the scale on this side? I can't remember if we did or not. Hold on, let me check some. We left them in, that's right. They're in the backspacer. We didn't take that side off, that's right. We took them out on the other side, the other liner. Are these liners titanium? Curious. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Look at the discoloration that's happening in there from the copper being around the titanium. It's coming off real easy, but see how it's turning orange down there? Right there? That's just from being near that copper. It wipes off though. It's not actually anodized. But I was thinking, man, you could anodize these because they're, you know, they're not inset liners, so you could add another color there. But I don't know, with copper and everything, I probably wouldn't. I think it'd look better the way it is. All right, so I think that's going to go there, and it is not captive. I don't think it's captive because it was spinning like crazy. Now let's take this thing apart. Yeah, it's not captive at all. Yeah, it just spins. So just do the trick where you put a little pressure on the blade, and that'll take the blade and make it push against the pivot and help you break those free. And if you still can't get it free, take a soldering iron and heat it up and then do that. To get us a doodad, we need to clean out that hole. We need a clean hole. Always go for the clean hole. And this hole, actually, you don't have to clean this hole out. This is one of those that goes all the way through. We'll go ahead and clean it out anyway, though. Get it all down in here. Make sure we get this real good. Wipe that down. I'm going to be sad to see this knife go. This is by far the best Peña I've ever held. Alright, grab us a washer here. Where's my alcohol spot? My wet spot. Gotta go for the wet spot. Alright, there it is. See if we can tell easily where the bearing track is at. Yeah, there's the bearing track, so that will go up. Grab us another doodad and some zero friction. By the way, guys, I got more driver kits coming. 10 more driver kits coming with a new color combo. I think you guys are going to really like it. And then I got 20 of these coming, 2 different colors, 10 of each kind. Those should be here pretty soon. By the time you're watching this video, probably within a week from the time this video goes live, you should see them. All right, let's wipe down this bearing. Nice bearings. I think they're 9 ball counts. Yeah, 9 ball counts. I'm going to put this side towards the blade, like so, and lube it. These bearings have a little movement on that pivot. You see that? Got a little room to move in there. That's odd. Generally, you don't have that much play. Alright, there we go. Getting there. Trying to make sure this pivot's sitting on a spot where it's not going to fall down in the hole. There we go. We're getting closer. Alright, grab us another bearing, clean it off. Drop it on. Well, let's go and put some lube in there first. A little bit. Everything I use in this video will be linked in the description below, guys. Like the lubrication, the doodads, all that stuff. These won't be linked, but I will have more soon. A new color combo. I think they're, yeah, the new ones that are coming are going to be fire. You guys are going to love them. If you haven't got one yet, I think you may like this color combo I went with here. All right, let's get rid of that one so we don't mix it up. That's the one that had alcohol in it. All right, this is going too smooth, so I know I'm missing something. Something's got to be off here. especially since I did this 3 days ago. I know I'm missing something somewhere, and we'll probably have to take this apart again. Where's the bearing truck? There it is. I need some more alcohol in this rag. Clean out that detent ball. All right. Wow, this can't be that easy. Where are those screws at? Just wait for it. You know it's coming, right? You know that I'm going to have to disassemble this thing and fix something. No way I got it the first try. I can't get it the first try when I take it apart and put it back together immediately, much less if I have to wait 3 days to do it. Now, right? Am I right there? Pivot collar. Screw. T8. All right. Pocket clip. Yeah. Black makes everything hard to see. Man, it'd be nice if they would have made a copper pocket clip. Copper's too soft, though. I don't think you can make a copper pocket clip, but a copper colored pocket clip, that'd be sweet. That would tie it all together, you know? All right, let's check our centering. We're almost dead centered. How's our play? Let's see here. No play at all. Are we dead centered? I mean, I think that's pretty much dead centered. Let's wipe this blade off. Actually, after we clean it off, we're going to go ahead and do a little preventative maintenance on it also. This is good stuff here. This Black Diamond CLP. Really good stuff. It's not cheap. It's like $15 for this bottle, but this bottle will last you a long time. It's linked in the description also. Also, guys, I'm getting a bunch of new affiliates. You're going to start to see them in the descriptions of my videos. GP knives, traditional pocket knives. I'm trying to get with Blade HQ also. I don't know if that one will work out or not. Yeah, you're going to see a list of affiliates. You've always seen a list of affiliates in my in the descriptions, but there's going to be new channels there, or new websites and partners there. Vosteed, I got with Vosteed. Should have done this before I put the blade bond. It would have been better, but as long as I get this area here, it'd be good because there's plenty of lubrication around the pivot. All right. All right, let's get some stuff out the way. Keep that out. Get my little board here. Just use a cutting board to slide this on and off the desk so it stays. Everything stays where it needs to stay. All right, let's wipe her down. I think we're done. There we go. Good to go. That's much darker than it was before. Much, much darker. Be nice to brighten up the copper somehow, but it's just going to get dingy again in the future, right? Copper just kind of patinas like that. Yeah, great action on this knife. This is the Peña that's on my list that I want to buy at some point in the future. I absolutely love this thing. Glassy, smooth action. Fantastic ergos. Thumb flick action is fantastic. The reverse flick is fantastic. And the front flipper is one of the best you're ever going to feel. I mean, it's amazing. It's such a good job on this knife. All right, guys. Time to pack this one up and send it home. Thank you very much, Craig, for letting me play with this for a little while. I greatly appreciate it. And Craig's Instagram will be linked in the description below. Give him a follow. Super cool guy. He's working on something that's pretty cool that you guys will be hearing about in the future. I'm excited about it too. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all on the next one.